Yes, what is up ladies and gentlemen, this is your co-pilot speaking, my name is Satria Perdana. Dan kita lanjutkan main Kingdom Come Deliverance karena masih seru. Cuma aku potong biar yang nonton tapi nggak join di live-nya nggak terlalu kepanjangan. Oke, ini udah ada objektif di luar. Tapi kita kelaparan, nggak bisa minta makan dulu apa? Minum. Private area siapa anjir? Oke, kita keluar dari. Lockpick loh. Oh, ini keluarnya. Wah, asik juga nih buat bikin base di Conan kayak gini. Coba kita ngobrol.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talent, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Gila, bapak kita terkenal banget. Makannya di mana di sini?
Milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad.
Welcome, lad.
Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are then. Eat your fill.
Mangkoknya
And a little
segini,
wine
coy.
to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady.
Wih, mantap. Baik.
Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Gila, mangkoknya kayak apa? Ramen-ramen yang satu porsi banyak banget itu. Kayak buat lomba makan. Hunger, different properties. Apple one fill you up like a roast duck, but it will stay fresh for longer. Some food can be more effective for healing. Alright. Ini ya, lentil mash. Yang lain bisa kita makan gak? Ih, bisa. Kita ambilin ini semuanya. Weh, udah kelingan. Makan. Eat. Ntar kita ambilin semuanya. Cheese juga. Ada ayam. Ambil ayam. Oh, bebek. Makan bebek. Aku sampai sekarang masih nggak terlalu doyan makan bebek deh. Maksudnya karena kadang emang rasanya beda aja gitu dari ayam. Kalau ada dimakan, tapi kalau nggak ada nggak nyari gitu. Wih, mantap. Wih, udah ngantuk. Bentar kita ngambilin makanan dulu. Dasar.
My word.
Kita kan nggak punya apa-apa nih.
Good God.
Boleh lah ya kita ambil semua.
I need to lie down before I split my face open from yawning.
Oke, terima kasih Bu. Bisa ngobrol dulu nggak? Eat from pot, drop into pot. Wih, bisa makan dari situ, Cing. Keren juga. Oke, terima kasih atas makanannya. Tempat tidurnya di courtroom. Lewat mana? Sini kah? Weh, udah ngantuk aja anjir. Layarnya jadi gelap. Mana ya? Kok jadi di dalam? Salah kayaknya.
You're that lad from Scouts? What in heaven's name happened there?
Bisa ngobrol sama ini. I don't wanna talk
I'm
about
sorry,
Scarlet.
but it's too hard for me to talk about.
Nanti
I
panik.
understand. It must have been terrible. Why don't you go and get yourself some rest?
Iya, ini lagi mau nyari juga, Bu. Maaf ya. Punten,
What?
punten. Oh, di dalam sini. Nah, ini nih. Ini kali ya? Oh iya ini. Tiredness if you are tired, and your stamina and eloquence gradually decrease. Sleep is a solution. Find a available bed you recognize from the blah 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 icon. Your compass. Sit on it and start. How long you want to support? Oke. Nggak ada jam nih. Sekarang jam berapa? Tahu lah sampai pagi kali. Set jamnya begini. Kita kan jam 2. Sampai sini kali maksudnya ya. Start. Oh, ada comfortnya 50%. Asik juga. Keren, keren, keren. I like it so far. Udah lapar lagi gara-gara ngeliat dia makan lentil soup.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Disuruh copot sepatu nggak copot sepatu.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady,
Kenapa rajanya
no,
baik-baik di sini?
no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
Kan baru tidur, saya juga baru
My
bangun.
lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Baik-baik sekali nih.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry,
Waduh, waduh.
I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal.
Kok pegang-pegang?
I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Oh, ceritanya mau bangsawan masa? Kita cuma rakyat jelata. Jangan digoda-godain. Ya cerita deh.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened.
Mana
It
orangnya?
was terrible.
Kok kita ngomong sama dinding?
The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunna showed me.
Lah,
his
sekarang
car,
kitanya yang hilang.
Sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunnish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved. But Kunnish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all
Success.
the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it.
Kita mau
He was
pindah dulu
forging
ke
a sword
gimana sih?
for Sir Radzig.
Ini gimana sih kenapa jadi ngadu sini?
The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
Sukses lagi.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed.
Aduh.
Pennants flapped in the wind. The
Gak enak
armor
banget ini
glinted
jadi
in the
ngadep dinding.
sunlight and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my
kenapa
father
gini sih?
without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Nah, jadi bener lagi.
Terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Mhm.
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man,
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that were true, lad. Would it were true.
Wah,
But
gawat
what
nih.
am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
Set dibawain makanan. Loh, kirain dikasih.
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Lah, makanannya dibawa lagi. Gimana dah? Oke. Jadi happy dia. Henry. Bianca di mana Bianca? Udah di surga mungkin.
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
Bro. Yang boneng aja.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Wah, siapa nih? Abis ngimpi buruk dibangunin, buset kagak enak banget pasti tidurnya. Torch. If you need a light by holding one. Even better, I hold potion. Oke. Sini. Oh, salah. Wah, hujan guys. Kemana coy? Keluar. Oh.
Right here behind the solid walls. Yes.
Gila, gelapnya nggak nyantai.
Prepare for the worst, but don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Hey, you men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Givis sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund. Said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get there, won't we?
Aye, we will.
May the Lord watch over.
Diserangnya malam-malam.
there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robber?
Sir Ansig.
Oh.
What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised.
Hah, masa
We
gampang
would have stood
banget?
a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
Well, what will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you
Ngapain?
mad?
Balik lagi.
What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
Sir!
Quiet!
Buset.
I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now.
Wah, mantap. Seru. Aduh.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people, now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Farewell.
Oke. Loh, kaget kira bisa ini. Keep watch on the battlement. Oke. Bisa ngobrol.
My respects to you.
What do you think about how the Skalitz fleet managed to flee the siege?
Thank the Lord. I thought it was Sigismund descending on us.
It seems everyone thought that.
Well, we were all expecting the worst. And the truth is, I'm still worried what will happen when Sigismund comes here. And come he will, of that I'm sure. I just hope we'll be as fortunate when we're face to face with that fucker. By the way, Henry, my condolences.
Semua orang tahu nama kita gitu, keren juga.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Skip time. Oh, bisa. Tarotnya bro, skip time. Ya, lihat dulu lah kita. Kita nggak ada baju lain ya? Oh, ada nih. Green shirt. Oh, tapi udah dipakai. Kalau ke atas bisa nggak? Private area. Ya udahlah. Sampai pagi. Kita jam berapa ini? Sampai jam 7. 8, 9, 10. Oh, oke. Ya, sampai.
Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go! Everyone to the main starting. Quickly! The outfielder!
Wih, kenapa diserang udah? Waduh. Udah mau perang. Lah, tadi masih gelap, hujan pula. Buset, disamperin lagi.
We're gonna hit them like skeletons.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause.
Ini si Sigismund-nya ya?
We may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scarlet and killed my parents. Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king. And here in Talmberg, divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Ratzik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Ratzik Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here. and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Oh, jadi dia membelot si Radzik yang tadi raja di castle sebelumnya tuh katanya membelot. Nggak mau sama raja yang sekarang, makanya diserang. Gila, dibawa pasukan sebanyak itu buat nyari satu orang doang. Buset.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Aduh, Henry belajar. Jangan emosi, mati semua orang anjir. Tapi tenang, nanti kalau ada kesempatan kita bunuh di si botak anjay. Barrier find skeleton stuck to Sir Robert their horse. Sir Robert, ngobrol dulu bentar.
Good day to you.
Why did Sigismund raid skeletons?
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's
Kan tadi
war
udah
for you,
dibilang.
lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair, him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
So he could loot it?
Correct. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
I have to get...
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
Aduh, chance-nya tuh kita yang di bawah, kita ada status 2, 5, 4 sebelah kanan. Sir Robertnya tanda tanya, jadi kita nggak tahu nih. If you're in my shoes, you do the same.
So Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Wah, susah juga nih.
God be with you.
Bury your loved one in skeletons, optional, get a horse, get out of the castle. Kita harus lari. Coba ngobrol sama your lordship. Kok ngeluarin pedang? Mau matiin obor. Gak bisa diajak ngomong.
That's what them foreign soldiers do.
Gimana kita keluarnya? Bisa kah keluar?
God be with you.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Bohong kali ya.
Not any longer. I've vital information for Sir Radzig from Sir Divish's spies. The fate of the Skalitz people depends on it. Sir Robard ordered me to leave immediately, so let me out quickly.
A likely story. Better clear off before I lose my temper.
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't.
Success.
You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
What am I supposed to think up?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise so I could say I didn't recognize you? If a Talmberg soldier turns up all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I let him go. That's obvious.
All right, I'll have a look around for something.
Oke. Kita harus cari baju. So, optional get Hamburg armor from the guardhouse above the gate. Right? We can do that. Lompat aja sini. Pasti di sini. Aduh, nggak punya lockpick lagi.
Is someone there?
Siapa itu yang ngomong? Tahu gini tadi ngambil dulu lockpick.
God be with you.
What do you think was
That was a tense moment this morning with Sigismund.
Sir Divish handled it masterfully. This is a strong castle. It should stand up to a siege. But Sigismund has an awful lot of soldiers.
Who are those peculiar mercenaries of his?
You mean the Cumans? No one knows much about them, except Sigismund enlisted them somewhere in the east. They're an evil-looking bunch, aren't they?
Not just looking.
Farewell.
Kuda ada. Masalahnya gimana caranya kita ngambil itu kalau kita nggak punya. Oh, mungkin kita bisa minta tolong sama si Queen itu. Di mana dia? Di dapur kali. Salah ding. Rumah siapa anjir ini? Coba kita ke dapur. Dapur di sini ya. Ini apa? Bukan baik. Oh, ini kayaknya nih dalam sini. Salah lagi. Mana ini kan kamar. Ini ada dapur. Ini nih. Mana ya, si Queen-nya nggak ada ya? Makan dulu lah. Drop into pot. Nggak bisa makan. Sial. Ambil makanan dulu. Steal anjir. Jangan. Lockpick. Nyari lockpick dari mana? Mungkin di trader ada yang jual kali ya lockpick ya. Ini villager. Fotafa siapa nih?
God be with you.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin. Good luck.
Lockpick. Wah, mahal juga harganya. Kita dia bisa kita jual nggak? Kita jual cheese mungkin cukup kali. Kalau kita jual semua berapa? 11, dikit lagi. Charcoal deh. Jual. Ih, kenapa jadi satu-satu? Better hunting arrow. Wah, kurang. Ada yang mahal nggak ya? Oh, ini aja deh. Super snap 1. 34, terus kita beli lockpicknya. Dapat 20 gold. Oke lah, cukup lah. Check basket lockpick. Silver snapnya kita jual. Coba haggle. Bisa nawar.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Aye.
Haggling works both way, whether you want to buy cheap or sell dear. You want to sell sell confirm with trader. Trader less offer, your current offer. The less offer not accepted by trader. Ya, kita coba aja lah. Trader eventually they drop the haggling completely. You can see how close. Okay. Gimana sih? Ke bawah apa ke atas ya? Gini.
What do you say to this?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost.
Udah 1,5.
See now, I knew we'd come to an agreement.
Jadi tadi kita dapat kurang nih. Betul kan? Dapat. Kita dapat lockpick, kita sekarang harus ke atas. Kalau nggak salah kita kan masih punya pedangnya itu kan, belum diambil. Nih. Bisa kita pakai. Ini gimana caranya nih? health. You must have at least one lockpick, although it's better to have one or two spare since they worn out. Okay. Then you have to turn the lock mechanism at the same time. You have coordinate the movement of your lockpick within the rotation of the mechanism because the rotation shift positions sweet spot. What? Oh, udah gitu loh. Still all. Ambil senjata, bisa diambil nggak?
What's going on there?
Untung aja. Senjata nggak ada nih. Pintunya nggak, oh bisa kok ditutup. Tutup. Oke, kita udah dapet tameng. Ini ada panah, kita ambil. Ini masa nggak bisa diambil sih? Wah, nggak bisa. Ke atas apa? Udah ditolong malah maling anjir. Kurang bersyukur memang. Lockpick hard. Ini kayaknya malah muter nih. Oke. Iya bener. Sir Divish Chamberlain. Oke, berarti kita udah bisa ganti baju kali di sini. Oke. Hunter glove, padded, well, padded coif. Udah ya. Shield. Oke, kayaknya udah deh. Olena. Horse kita namanya Olena kan bener? Oh iya bener. Mount. Ini udah dapet kuda. Punten. Nembus. Ketoplek. Batuk. Bisa nggak ngobrol sambil di atas kuda? Bisa, harus turun dulu.
I need to get out of here.
Then I'm afraid you're out of luck. Ah, I see. All right then. But if you breathe a word about me to anyone...
Farewell.
Ya udah bukain dong. Oke. Balik lagi kita ke Skalitz. Let's go guys. Skalitz kemana nih? Ini Tomberg. Rovna, oh jauh juga ya. Yes, berarti kita putar balik ke kanan terus ke sini. Oke.
Yeah. Ya.
Benar nggak sih jalannya? Benar kan? Oh iya benar. Wah jauh juga. Itu ada tanda tanya apa ya? Sebentar ya guys, penasaran. Nah ini nyebrang jembatan terus ke kanan. Ke sini. Salah deh, ini rumah orang. Duh, kameranya nggak enak banget. Lodging. Oh, buat buka-bukain point of interest. Oke. Ya udah. Males ah. Permisi. Ayo Olena. Mari kita berpetualang.
Yeah.
Return back to Skalitz. Tambang apa ini?
Ya.
Camp.
Ya.
Homecoming.
You'll have to wait for me here, friend. Better to keep going on my own.
Kenapa hujan gini?
It's like they've already gone.
Mana dicopot dulu nggak sih bajunya? Tapi nggak ada yang bener, pakai baju ini aja. Ih, nggak bau apa ya? Loh. Oh, udah dibakar. Oh, belum, ding. Gimana sana? Pada mate. Feelingnya karena tadi dia udah. Kan bener.
What's going? Well now.
Wait.
What's come crawling out from under some rock?
Block Q, oke. mulai jago nih guys.
Is that the best?
Ya. Master don't want to do so they mess around to it's up to them what you do to them. That didn't go
Get
decent.
going then. But leave that weapon right where it is.
I agree.
Dah, sana pergi. Senjatanya nggak bisa diambil ini. Nah, lumayan kita bisa jadi pedagang senjata. Alright. Bro. Oh, bisa di-loot juga. Oh, nice. Jadi kita yang ngelut, tapi ya mau gimana ya guys, kita nggak punya uang nih. Bukan maksud hati untuk bener kan? Loh, masih jalan lagi. Ini bisa keberatan gak ya? Berarti nanti depan kita ambil kiri. Jauh banget tinggalin kudanya, gile ya. Oh iya, ada X. Mantap. Padahal bapaknya tadi yang bilang jangan ikut-ikutan ada orang berantem gitu. Malah bapak yang mati.
Sweet Jesus. It's the charcoal burner.
Oh iya. Kesian tukang batu bara. Wah, siapa itu digantung? Bianca, apa kabar Bianca? Ini siapa nih? Ini wah anjing, gua kaget beneran. Bangkai, gua kira track ini anjir jump scare tidak terduga. Kampret. Baru mau bilang kalau misalnya apa game horror pasti ada jump scare.
What did these poor souls ever do to them?
Anjir lah. Apa kabar teman-teman kita ya? Semuanya kita ambil.
What's going on there? What's that? You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. You. Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh.
Sorry coy. Overloaded. Oh bisa juga overloaded. Dia ada duit nggak? Mantap. Kita makan aja dulu. Ya Nggak bisa. Ada yang bisa kita buang? Ini drop. Berat mana sih berat? Health condition, weight, ini weight. Ini 3 apa? Noble shoes kita equip aja nih. Nail collar udah di equip. Green shirt, dried mushroom. Apa yang bisa kita buang ya? Ask aja ya. Tapi harganya mahal. Nah ini kita buang. Masih keberatan juga, beda 10. Oh, udah ini aja deh nih, yang murah. Dikit lagi. Ini udah mau busuk. Hunter's glove. Harganya mahal nih, aduh. Sabar ya guys. Ini outboot kita buang aja nih. Ini bisa di-equip gak? Bisa. Ini udah jelek, harganya juga murah. Ada ini dibuang. Oke. Udah gak berat. Ada yang ini mahal. Gimana sih? Oh, belum sampai. Masih lurus lagi. Lewat sini nggak bisa ya? Nggak bisa. Gloomy sekali nih. Mana bapak ibunya? Pas ada petir aku benar-benar nyipitin mata. Saking silau beneran. Ada orang. Bisa kali ini kita ngendep-ngendep.
Hey, who's there?
Ayo.
You're in the wrong place at the wrong.
Males banget. Ayo, ayo. Marigold decoction. Bajunya jelek banget. Bandit saya deh. Wah, akhirnya kita balik. Set, hancur semua.
Bailiff, he didn't run like me. He died with a sword in his hand.
Duit itu cuma 1 lagi. Pedangnya bagus kan? Mana pedangnya dia tadi? Bagus, masih bagus. Bener. Nggak ada lagi yang kita kenal.
You stood by Isaiah who did this to you. In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. Didn't abandon me like me.
Mana bapak ibunya? Film ternyata. Masih rapi mayatnya.
Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him.
Awas, tar ada orang.
But first, I have to find the shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
Kita geret sendiri apa? Wah, beneran. Wait. Find a spade. Mana nyari sekop? Aduh, ada anjing lagi. Di barnya si itu kali ya. Ini Bian, Kak.
No. Why? Not you. It wasn't supposed to be you, Bianca. I'll find the bastards that did this to you. I'll find them. I'll take this as a keepsake to remember you by, my dearest.
Ini cincinnya Bian, Kak. Emaknya ada sekop di sini di mana? Anjir, tadi ada yang lewat ya? Sekop. Oh, ini. Tadi kan di sini ada pupuk, mungkin di sekitar sini ada kan? Find a spade. Ah. Di mana? Benar-benar harus nyari dong. Oh, di dekat si itu ada kan. Tapi orangnya udah cabut dekat tukang batu bara. Tukang batu bara sih tadi di sini. Bro, kosong. Atas mungkin. Di rumah kita ada kan? Oh, dibakar. Wih, di mana nih? Ini kapak.
Moving along.
Spade-nya di mana anjir? Sekop susah bener. Lihat rumah lah. Set, udah dibakar semua. Bisa ada barang-barang nggak? Ih, masih dong. Berantak. Maksudnya kita jangan. Apa yang bisa kita buang nggak? Bisa dimakan nggak? Nah, ini bisa dibuang. Itu baju-baju butut kita ini dibuang. Lihat dari jerkin, hunter's glove. Satu lagi deh. Kok nggak enteng-enteng? Kalau nyari kapak gampang, kita tinggal cari deket kayu bakar gitu, tempat kayu bakar pasti kan ada kapak gitu. Cuma kalau sekop nyari apa? Apa samperin itu suara anjing ya? Siapa tahu anjingnya jadi teman. Kalau nggak jadi teman ya kita diserang sama anjing. Bener, ada film. Ah, itu dia. Oh, anaknya si itu. Yang tadi rumahnya kita lemparin tai. Halo Uncle, wah, foto terbaru berewoknya terhebat sampai masa. Thank you.
What's going on? Bishop?
Temenin aku, kita main
What are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me. Isn't that the butcher's? Isn't that body the butcher's? Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing here? What are you doing?
I want to bury my
Came to bury my parents.
So bury them and leave you be.
Pinjam skopnya. What happened to Teresa?
Do you know what happened to Teresa from the mill? When I fled, the Cumans wanted to... They meant to violate her. God knows what else.
No, I don't know. What do I care? They probably raped her and killed her like all the others. Her misfortune. Right now I've got to take care of
Kemarin
my
terbang
son.
kemana Uncle? Jatuh terbang lagi kapan? Kemarin aku terbang ke Ambon, jatuh terbang lagi kemarin aku 2 hari lagi aku harusnya ke Aceh, cuma kayaknya diganti deh. Belum tahu lagi mau kemana.
Would you lend me that spade? I have to dig a grave. and I can't
Kita harus
find another.
mengubur orang tua kita.
What's it worth to you? I see you have a fine sword. I'll gladly trade you my spade for that. How did you come by it anyway?
My father forged it for Sir Radzik. It's my duty to deliver it to him. It's not for sale.
Go right ahead and dig that grave with your sword. See how that... And where will you dig it anyway? Here?
Ini orang
You're not going to lay your parents
rese
in
banget anjir,
unhallowed
udah
ground, are you?
bukannya jadi temen.
Father said he wanted to be buried here, and I can't take him to St. James's. God willing, later I can find a priest to consecrate the ground. I've interrupted you robbing the dead. Is that why you're so ill-tempered? You bastard. Haven't you got a shred of honor?
And what of it? The butcher has no more need of coin. And now that I think of it, your sword would do me quite nicely as well. Will you hand it over without a fuss, or do you want to end up like the butcher here?
Oh,
The only way you
nantangin.
touch this sword is when I shove it in your guts.
Well, this isn't the end, fucker!
Panah lu.
Easy there, boy. You know me. Your good master won't be leaving us.
Ya, temennya mati. Kita tinggal. Goodbye my friend. Kita harus mengubur orang tua kita dulu. Bisa dulu. Sama lagi. Harus diikut dulu. Oh ini. Ini anjingnya datang. Yalah anjingnya ikut kita aja lah. Mantap jiwa ke Aceh weekend. Lihat Uncle nonton semua terasa nikmat. Thank you temenin aku story-nya Henry. Jadi rekap bahwa Henry baru kehilangan orang tuanya, anak dari seorang blacksmith terkenal. Jadi dia balik lagi mau ngubur orang tuanya.
So, let's get to it.
Kita dapat kawan anjing. anjing dah. Dah, kita angkat deh.
Damn it all.
Udah kaku kayaknya deh.
How am I going to do this? Do you need some help?
Wah, si anjir balik lagi.
Yes. Can't you see the sword?
Wah, kampret.
Who are you? What do you want?
Zbyszek?
Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers? We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him?
Wah, gawat.
I don't think he's going to be needing it.
Oke. Kita akan mati terhormat, guys.
You hand over that sword, I might just let you go. If not, you're in for a family reunion you really don't want.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye, cut the bastard down.
As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth.
Ah!
Buset, 5 lawan 1. Cupu anjir. Pakai armor lagi dia. Nggak tembus. Weh. Anjir. Weh, ngapain nempel-nempel? Ah, anjir, mati 2 kali getok. Spill liquidnya masih sama, belum habis nih. Kedua ini kita campur.
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me.
Ah, diambil.
This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? Now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers!
Siapa? Buset, masih hidup dia. Teresa balik lagi.
The games are over.
Pedangnya ke bawah. Oh, mampus. Ya, pengsan lagi. Parted with, ya, pedangnya di bawah, anjir lah. Wih, baru intro kita. Lah, masa mati? mate. Buset, si Teresa nggak ada kotor-kotornya aja. Mukanya bersih, perawatannya bagus. Padahal zaman dulu. Wih, Henry masih hidup, anjay. Kita mau dimasak ya, ini kayak chef dah. Homecoming. Wah, lagi ngimpi. Kok bisa gerak?
Mi volt ez a hang? Mit keresel?
Oj.
Véletlenül kibújtál az anyád szoknyája alól?
Buset.
Feladom! Na bassza meg!
Aj! Ah! Saya nggak bisa lihat apa-apa ini, merah semua. Udah.
Do you need some help?
Masih kampret ini harus mati juga sih. Kenapa sih orang-orang botak pada ngeselin?
To be done.
Bangun. Sinta Suji itu di mimpinya yang tadi ya? Iya. Kayak apa dia ngerasa bersalah gitu loh, kayak orang tuanya meninggal gitu kan. Jadi pas di episode pertama, kalau misalnya mau di recap, di episode pertama tuh kotanya diserang, orang tuanya lagi ke kota, dianya tuh udah deket ke kastilnya. Terus orang tuanya bilang kayak udah cabut aja.
Henry, can you hear me? Get up, Henry, wake up. It's a new day.
Henry, can you hear me?
Gile, bangun-bangun langsung lihat Teresa.
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
You still have a fever. Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
Oh, di Rattay.
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you, but you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back.
A few delirious days later.
You're awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Menurut gua aja pala gua habis kepentung.
Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
What were you doing in Skalitz?
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
Lah?
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
Menurut lu?
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines.
After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that. There's always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
How did you find
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Tamburg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
Oh, kirain dia yang bawa. They were looking for me.
Searching for me?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
So Divish promised Sir Radzik he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea.
Karena pedangnya kali.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak.
And even later.
Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humor back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
Iya, kerja. Where am I? Tapi kan udah tadi.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Slow.
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzik?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Sir Radzik, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first.
Okay.
You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of a coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Openingnya bagus tuh kayak nonton film
Fortnight
beneran.
in bed
Iya
for
makanya.
eternity
Aku
in
juga
the
seneng.
grave.
Ceritanya bagus kok.
If it weren't for my uncle, you would
Kalau ada
be
pertanyaan langsung tanya aja. Kalau misalnya ketinggalan. I owe you my
I owe
life.
you both my life, and I'll repay my debt. You have my word.
All right. But before you go to town, you should eat something. You're still weak. There's food on the table for you.
Emang barang-barang kita hilang semua? Wah iya. Ya udah ngambil makanan banyak, senjata buat dijual. Nah, udah kita ngambil roti biar nggak lapar. Sumpah jadi beneran lapar dong. Ancient map. The heck? Oh ini barang-barang kita ada. Oh nice. Take all. Eat from pot. Drop into pot. Makan dari pot. Asik. Nah kita keberatan. Ntar ya. Ancient map nggak terlalu berat. Oxo. Karena kita sekarang lagi di nggak perang, jadi kita pakai baju biasa, ya kan? Pakai sarung tangan. Terus ini sepatu. Jelek banget. Nah, pakai ini biar nggak panas ya kan? Sama red scarf. Sama celana pendek. Oke. Apa yang bisa kita buang ya? Masih bisa. Oh, kita masukin ke sini aja daripada nggak kemasak. Terbentuk. Masukin apel. Oh. Masih keberatan. Tutup dulu lah. Apa ya, kapak nih berat. Tapi bisa dijual. Apa ya guys? Plate course lumayan. Ini aja deh. Panah. Udah nggak terlalu berat. Oke, kita kerja dulu. Mana uncle? Nah, ini dia. Treasure of the past. Legend has been circulating about statues containing magnificent horse armor. You can find it in your trunk. From the ashes, long abandoned village awaits return of bustling life. Wait for a suitable opportunity. Go and serve the fish about it. Turnamen. The humorous adventure of bold Sir Captain. Oh, ini DLC. Oke. Apa tuh tadi? Aduh. Sebentar guys. Katanya bisa reading. Apa yang mesti di reading di sini? Ini kali maksudnya ya. Peta-peta ini nih. Read. Bruh. Wah. Susah juga. Anjir, petanya gini doang. Susah sih ini. Bentar ya lah. Mana si uncle tadi? Kemana dia? Sini kah? Bro, mana dia? Oh, itu dia. Uncle, saya harus membalas budi Anda.
A word.
My name's Henry. Thank you for taking care of me here.
My name's Peshek, and I'm the miller here.
Ha, namanya
You've already
Pesek.
met my niece, Teresa.
Untung hidungnya mancung.
She took care of you for 2 whole weeks while you were in limbo. And talking of you being at death's door, while you were lying here, you worked up quite a bill with the bloodletter, who came now and again to keep you alive with his potions. That quack doesn't come cheap. I paid him what I could, but I still, that is, you still owe him.
Tenang, tenang.
Well, it's better to be in debt than to lie dead in a ditch. What do I owe? I'm not afraid of hard work.
You won't pay for that shoveling manure. I might have a better job for you. And it's not something any fool can do. If you prove to me you're a clever lad, I might trust you with something you could really make money from. What do you say?
Okay. Can I pay instead?
Look, couldn't I just pay you instead?
I'd say you're a fucking ungrateful pup. But if you think you got money to throw around, so be it. You'll pay me the costs and for a whole fortnight of my valuable time.
Berapa? 50. I don't have that.
I don't have that much.
Then come back when you have. Debts must be paid, or you can still wipe the slate by doing that little job for me.
Ya udahlah, kerja aja lah.
Tell me about it.
A trifle. Just a take something from someone and bring it to someone else. And not get caught while you're doing it.
That sounds straightforward enough. Except for not get caught. Why would anyone want to catch me?
Oh, don't worry. It's just a job like any other. Only this one requires, let's say, the right moral disposition. Do corpses bother you?
No honourable man should touch them. That's the executioner's job.
Did you expect I'd give you a hoe and send you out to the fields? You can dig all right, but somewhere else. I want to know whether you're going to hide behind some stupid fucking scruples, or if you might be useful for more unconventional work.
Uncle ikuti spill lagi dong. Oh ini nih. Grape lychee sama Newton juice. Kelihatan nggak? Salah. Nih, dua ini. Kayak ceritanya Musa ya. Enggak sih, kalau Nabi Musa kan dia parting the sea kan, ngebelah lautan. Kalau ini lebih ke apa ya? Ya ceritanya Henry sih sebetulnya.
For just about anything, but that's a bit much. But go on. Tell me more.
Listen, it's about this ring my mate Wojciech, the Kohelnitz miller, had his eye on. Trouble is, they buried the ring by the gibbet along with the villain they hung while he was wearing it.
Jesus Christ. You want me to dig up a corpse, take a ring from it, and give it to your friend in Kohelnitz? Is nothing sacred to you?
Money first, morals later. That fellow is dead. He won't miss it. Whatever bleeding heart came up with the idea that it's disrespectful to disturb a corpse never read the Bible. It's still a human body, only it's missing a soul. Why be disgusted by something created by God?
Ya udahlah, ayolah.
I think I've already heard more than I need to know. You've got the tongue of the devil himself. If you tried hard enough, I bet you could justify sodomy with a goat.
Watch your mouth, boy. There's a shovel here around the mill somewhere. If there's any problem, come and see me. And here's something on the side to make you dig better.
Thanks. I'll need it. I can't believe I've come to this. Digging up corpses.
Oh, and watch out for the executioner and his hounds. They're pretty savage. And I don't just mean the dogs. You can just throw them some meat. The dogs, that is. But the executioner? Well, don't vex him.
Wah, susah nih. Anjingnya ikut kita. Get a spade. Emang scope kita? Oh iya, tadi belum ke ini ya. Apakah Anda melihat scope? Ada scope kah di sini? Gak punya scope kah kita? Wah, jauh kali kita. Oke. Round the mill. Ini millnya. Berarti scope-nya harusnya sekitar sini. You can sprint while overload. Aduh, overload mulu. Keberatan terus. Titip dulu deh. Aksesnya kita taruh. Terus apa yang berat lagi ya? Marigold enggak. Shirt. Sebenarnya baju-baju gini sih berat nih. Kita pakai aja ya. Light padded armor. Udahlah cukup. Kalau kita ketemu kalau kita ketemu pedagang sebenarnya kita jualan aja. Kapak buat kayu kah? Iya, cuma ini itu dia. Ini nyari spade, skop. Finally. Oke, nggak ada pedagang kan deket sini. Biar kita ini aja. Get the father sword, find Markov of Aulitz and avenge your father. Awakening go to be extend to Caesar the good thief. Nah, kita yang ini aja dulu deh. A. Kita ke A dulu, ke atas. Sambil mencari pedagang karena males buat ngegali kubur. Oke. Nggak bisa naik kuda aja, Pak. Pintu masuknya mana ya? Mending ke itu dulu apa ini ya? Kita harusnya ke sini nih. Buat ngambil cincin di mayat. Mah ke atas dulu ya lah. Siapa tahu kalau ke atas ketemu orang kaya terus kita dikasih duit. Jauh juga jalannya. Akal doain ya klub bola Persebaya hari menang. Amin amin. Lawan siapa Persebaya? On the map, you'll see the places you can fast travel. Just select where you want to go and confirm. Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Halt! Who are you and where are you going?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith. I'm going to see my liege, Sir Radzig Kobyla of Dvoyets.
Of course you are, lad, and I'm the Pope.
Wih, kagak percaya dia.
What do you want from his lordship, and what makes you think he'll see you?
I may not look the part, but I know about honour and duty. And mine is to tell Sir Radzig what happened to the sword he commissioned.
All right then, go ahead. It'll be your skin if Sir Radzig isn't pleased.
Okay. Ke kanan. Nggak ada pedagang di sini. Lah ada tukang minta-minta. Nggak punya duit pak. Nanti ya kalau udah kaya. Nah aja kita masih utang, duit kita cuma 20 sekian, kita utangnya sampai 50.
Could that be the smith's son, Hal?
On my soul, it is him. What are you doing here, lad? We thought you were done for.
Persebaya lawan PSSS Sleman, mantap. Wih, game terbaru nih. Iya. Udahlah kita lanjut aja, udah hampir 2 jam ini sebetulnya. I'm going to
speak with Sir Radzig. Is he here?
He's in the palace with Sir Hanush of Ratai. They're feasting in the Knight's Hall. What do you want with him?
My father made him a sword. He asked me to deliver it to Sir Radzig.
I don't see any sword.
No. Bandits attacked me and stole it.
Jujur banget.
I need to tell his lordship what happened. And then I'm going to find the sword.
Of course you are, Hal. Good luck.
Thanks.
Wih. Dia kenal sama kita. Untunglah. Masuk lewat sini kah? Loh, WC. Bisa dipakai nggak WC? Loh, WC-nya jatuh ke bawah. WC-nya bolong. Guard, kayaknya nggak kesini. Mungkin kesini. Halo. Wih, private area. Ya, maaf. Ke atas kali. Oh, sini. Halo. Oke, sudah ada G Drive ya. Siap, thank you. Mantap. Ini bagus sih kayak nonton film.
Your Graces, I have to tell you in all seriousness that this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit. Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed.
Terbang kemana kalau nggak jadi ke Aceh? Belum. Schedule-nya masih nggak ada.
There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay.
Tapi ini
and I'm
episode 2
sure
ya, ini
my
episode 2.
ward won't
Ini
have
episode
any
2.
objection to me lending you his castle.
Kalau ada pertanyaan tanya aja, boleh kok.
Pechstein is
Nanti
at
aku
your
jawab.
disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans, and to you, Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak ill of your people, Sir Radzik, but, well, there's no love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
No, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But when will it be
Jadi
resolved?
ini tentang
And what on
perang
God's
gitu
earth
sih.
is this war even about?
Bentar, nanti aku ceritain.
I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You aren't alone, Father. I believe Sigismund's original intention was to persuade Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him? I know Wenceslas is a friend of yours, Radzig, but even you have to admit he brought it upon himself.
I can't deny the king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order in the land, but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what Hungarian order looks like.
Hungarian order.
What concerns me, sir, is how a good Christian could resort to such brutality.
To give him his due, I don't think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this one has dragged on for a year. Sigismund ran out of coin for knights, so he recruited those whore sons that settled in Hungary. The less he pays, the more they make up for it with plunder.
That's why he attacked us. He was after our silver.
What are you doing? You've no business here.
Rakyat jelata masuk ke
Wait, it's
tempat.
Henry. Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Townburg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzig.
Your father was a remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too. They deserved a Christian burial. Did you manage that at least?
No. I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that girl.
Girl?
The miller's daughter, Teresa.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Well, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Rattay. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
Setuju.
Still, it's a great shame your parents are buried in unconsecrated ground. That means purgatory for them.
Be quiet, Friar.
Bacot banget nih
I
orang.
didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, that
Mampus.
plump carcass of yours would be quite a feast for the wolves and the crows. And one skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may, why have you come here?
I must get your sword back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half of my subjects. Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
Wih.
I
Laki harus punya
understand.
prinsip.
I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and a dead man keeps no promises.
Aye. The woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no
Bentar ya guys. Bentar, nanti aku
Henry,
jawabin.
you have courage, but you need training,
Tumpukin aja dulu
arms,
pertanyaannya.
a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No, sir. Please, take me into your service and give me the chance to learn these things.
The gall of him. Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
Sir Capon's right.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well. Believe me.
Buset, mantap.
Henry's earned some punishment, but how do you punish someone who's already lost everything?
Mantap, mantap.
Courage and blind obedience are good qualities for a soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination. Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a peasant, father, he's a blacksmith, and recent events have left me in need of his skills. So, you'd like to enter my service?
Sir, Yes, I would. You won't regret it.
I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't disappoint me.
Oh, fortune has finally smiled on you today, lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, the boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. The bailiff is always complaining about your people making trouble in the camp. Maybe one of their own among the guard might help.
It might. In any event, it will prove valuable experience.
But let's be clear, you're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes, sir.
And don't spare him.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry. Don't disappoint me.
I won't, my lord.
Udah, mana nih? Tentang apakah ini? Jadi gini, ceritanya itu ada satu raja hebat, dia mati. Terus anaknya yang ngelanjutin itu kayak ya anak orang kayak gitu loh. Jadi nggak bisa apa-apa, terus malah party sampai pas dia mau diangkat jadi raja, dia malah nggak datang gitu, saking sibuk partinya lah intinya gitu. Nah terus rakyat ini pada nggak seneng, dia minta tolong sama sepupu jauhnya si raja yang sekarang, anaknya raja yang udah mati itu. Nah cuma anak, kalau nggak salah si Sigismund, kalau nggak salah si Sigismund ini, dia udah dimintain tolong tapi dia malah make kekuatan itu buat nyerang kota-kotanya gitu. Nah si yang baik sama kita tadi mana tuh? Nah ini pas orangnya keluar. Nah yang itu yang baik sama kita itu kotanya diserang sama kita, bokap nyokap kita mati pas penyerangan itu gitu. Pedangnya kita tuh hilang, tadi ada di episode kedua ini gitu. Jadi intinya ada satu kerajaan lagi perang, nah kita cuma rakyat biasanya gitu, anak dari pandai besi lah gitu. Terus ya udah, ceritanya kurang lebih gitu, kita cabut, berhasil kabur, terus balik lagi segala macam. Sampai akhirnya dijemput, terus sekarang kita udah ada di sini gitu. Spill sebatnya Marlboro putih, iya Ice Blast. Terus tiba-tiba nggak jadi terbang ke Aceh gitu, biasanya kendala apa yang utama? Biasanya sih kendalanya entah schedule-nya diambil sama pesawat yang lebih gede karena penumpangnya lebih banyak, biasanya kayak gitu, atau rotasi krunya aja, mungkin ada kru yang jamnya masih sedikit jadi pemerataan. Biasanya gitu. Mantap. Yoi, laki harus punya prinsip, iyalah. Laki itu mau semiskin-miskinnya laki, tapi kalau udah punya prinsip berarti dia masih punya harga diri, dan itu yang paling penting. Gitu. Abis ini aku bakal live lagi karena ini udah kepanjangan, jadi aku mau keep satu episode kalau bisa sejam. Tapi ternyata ini udah lebih jadi 2 jam. Jadi yang ini aku matiin dulu, terus nanti aku akan lanjut ke live ke episode 3 gitu. Feel free untuk join lagi and I'll see you on the next live. Bye bye.